But I want to pick up on one of the things that you said. I was in Ghana last year with our spiritual mentor, Professional, and Michael Beckwith from The Secret, and they were talking about the theme of conscious living, conscious evolution. And I'd like to just break that down a little bit in terms of what we've been talking about today. You see, conscious living means that we have an opportunity to prove to ourselves that we are far more powerful, far more greater than we actually recognize. And only when we come to that consciousness can we really see that most of us have been living at 20% of who we really are. So I say to most of our students that imagine if by the end of the 90 days, I can show you that the way you've been living is almost as if you've been walking around with a check of £1 million in your back pocket and you just acting like you broke. The point that Barry was making when he said you can live your relationships any which way you want, I want to emphasize on that, because really what he's saying is we are creators. Understand what that means for a moment. You actually are more powerful than you realize. You have the power to create any type of relationship you want. Because as we said earlier on, whatever you desire in terms of relationship, our society is such now, you could go on the internet and find it. But what is it that you are creating, consciously or unconsciously? And that is the question that I would want you to think about. I.e., and when you've thought about it, then prove it to yourself. Because if you want a loving relationship where you are going to be honored and respected, then what evidence are you providing yourself on a daily basis that you love, honor, and respect yourself? Because if you ain't, why should anybody else do that? The question is, are we really serious about our relationships? Are we prepared to do whatever it takes? And of course, some days will be good, some days will be bad, but have you designed some kind of program where you are determined to take yourself from the place that you are to the place that you want to be? Because you are a creator. You can do this. But if you don't believe, then it won't happen. As someone, a famous saying said, the person who thinks he can and the person who thinks he can't are both right. If you don't believe that a loving relationship is something that you're worthy of, if you have that as an unconscious thought, then that's what will show up.